Hello friends, today I am going to start the very first lecture topic, that is chapter 2, polynomials. Okay, however, you have this chapter in your class 9th syllabus. So first of all, we'll see very basic about this and then we come to the syllabus. So polynomials. So we'll start with its basic definition, that what polynomial is. Okay, so let us start its definition. Okay, so polynomial, we'll see its definition. Okay, an algebraic expression. See, algebraic expression you must study in class 8. Okay, an algebraic expression is a combination of variables and the constants using the operations like addition, subtraction in between them. That is algebraic expression. But all algebraic expressions are not the polynomial. There are some algebraic expression which follow some, which have some conditions, are called the polynomial. So an algebraic expression Px is equal to a0 plus a1x plus a2x square plus a3x cube plus dot 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 plus an x raised to n is called polynomial. Now there are some conditions. First condition, that this index of x, that is power of x, must be a non-negative integer. It must be an integer, but it's a non-negative integer. Or in other words, we can say power of x or power of variable must be a whole number. So if we have an expression in this way, we'll say it's a polynomial. Now it's called a polynomial where a0, a1, a2 up to an are constant, or we can say real number, that is real number. Okay, and all index, that is power of x or variable. Here I use x, so that's why I wrote x, or variable must be non-negative integer. That means it might be 0 as well. Non-negative integer, that means we can start from 0. It must be non-negative integer or whole number. Must be non-negative integer or whole number. It's the same thing. Okay, so to identify whether the given expression is a polynomial or not, first of all you have to check whether the power of the variable is a whole number or not. Okay, now next, here a0, okay, a1, a0, a1x, a2x square, a3x cube up to an x raised to n are called terms of polynomial. Okay, then a0, a1 x, a2x square, these are the terms. So here we can say the a0 is a term of polynomial, a1x is a term of polynomial, a2x square is a term of polynomial. These are the terms of the polynomial. Okay, now for the second term, see, this a1 is called the coefficient of the x. Okay, so here further I do write also this a0 comma a1 comma a2 comma a3 comma a4 up to an are the coefficients of these terms respectively. That is, a2 is the coefficient of third term, that is x square, a3 is the coefficient of x raised to 3, and so on. Now here this a n x raised to n is called the leading term. It's called the leading term, and hence a n is called the leading coefficient. So here a n x raised to n is called leading term, and hence a n is called leading coefficient. Okay, so please note down this. Then on the basis of this, we'll see one question, that how to identify whether the given expression is a polynomial or not. But first of all, note it down. Okay, so now we'll see some questions based on this concept. That is, some expressions will be given to you, and you have to identify whether the given expressions represents the polynomial or not in single variable. Okay, polynomial in single variable. Okay, so very first question is, identify which of the following. Okay, so I can say question number 1, identify which of the following are polynomials. Which of the following are polynomials, that you have to identify. So in this first one, I will give you some expressions as well as some time. Okay, so first one is x square plus root x minus 3. Okay, second one is x cube minus x root 2 minus 5. Third one is x plus x raised to minus 2 plus 3. Fourth one is 7 upon 3. Fifth one is x plus 1 upon x. Okay, then sixth one is x square minus 3x plus 1 upon x raised to minus 3. Okay, so these are the questions in which we have to identify whether the expressions are polynomial or not. Also, we'll discuss that how we'll conclude whether it's a polynomial or not. Okay, so very first one is, see, the again I'm repeating how to identify. Simply we have to check the powers of the variables. Those powers must be uh, whole numbers or non-negative integers. So here, first, if we discuss, there are three terms. Now, whether it's a polynomial or not, that definitely we'll see. Now, in first term, the power of the variable is 2. 2 is a whole number. Okay. Now, second term is root x. Now, root x means x raised to 1 by 2. Wherever there is root x, so it means power is 1 by 2. Now, this term has power 1 by 2, and we know the power of the variable must be a whole number. 1 by 2 is not a whole number. So this is not a polynomial. Over here we can say this is not a polynomial because all variables does not have the power as a whole number. So it is not a polynomial. Okay, now next, x cube minus x root 2 minus 5. Now many of you are say this is also not a polynomial because root 2 is there. So again I am repeating, you have to check the power of the variable, not the constant. Okay, here power of the variable x is 3, here power of the variable x is 1. If there is nothing, it means power is 1. So here power of variable is 3, which is whole number. Here power of variable is 1, which is again a whole number. So this is a polynomial. Okay, so you have to just concentrate on the power of the variable, not the constant. Now over here power of the variable, this is 1, it's a whole number. Here power of variable is minus 2, it is not a whole number, it is not a non-negative integer, it's a negative integer. So this is not a polynomial. Okay, now next is 7 by 3. Now you might say there isn't any variable. Yes, there is a variable which is invisible. See, 7 by 3, I can write this 7 by 3 x raised to 0 because we know x raised to 0 equal to 1. Okay, so here this is 7 by 3 x raised to 0. So variable is there definitely. Now check the power of the variable. It is 0, which is a non-negative integer or which is a whole number. So this is again a polynomial. Okay, now over here x plus 1 upon x. See, when I gave you the definition of the polynomial, all the terms were in the denominator. Here one term is in the numerator. Actually one variable is in the denominator. So first I have to take it in the numerator. So this can be written as x plus x raised to minus 1 using the laws of exponent. Here power is 1. When I take it in the numerator from denominator, power will change its sign, so it will become minus 1. Now I do check whether it's a polynomial or not, and for that I do check the power of the variable. Here power of the variable or the index of variable is 1, which is a whole number. Here again power of the variable is minus 1, which is not a whole number. So this is not a polynomial. Okay, so again I am repeating. See, if you directly see over here, you will find 1 over here, you will find 1 over here, and you may say this it's a polynomial. But for that, all variables must be in the standard form. In the standard form, all variables must be in the numerator, and then you have to check their power. Okay, now over here, first term is power is 2, it's a whole number. Over here, power is 1. Power of x is 1, it's again a whole number. Now over here it's minus 3, but it is in the denominator. So when I take it in numerator, this expression I can rewrite in this way, plus x cube, isn't it? X cube. So here power is 3, it is again a whole number. So this is a polynomial. So please note it down, and then we'll come to the next concept. Okay, now next concept we'll see is the degree of polynomial. Degree of a polynomial if the polynomial is in one variable. What is degree of polynomial? That is the next thing we are going to see. Degree of polynomial. What is degree of polynomial? Maximum power of the variable in a polynomial is called its degree. Okay. So maximum power or index of variable, maximum power of variable in a polynomial is called its degree, is called degree of polynomial. Is called degree of polynomial. Okay, maximum power of variable is called in a polynomial is called degree of polynomial. So now for example, if I write px is equal to, see, this is the way to denote a polynomial, px. Here p does not means polynomial. Instead of px I can write qx, qy. Okay, this is also not the multiplication of p and x. Okay, it's just a notation to represent the polynomial, where x represent the variable of the polynomial. So if I write x square plus x cube plus 3. So here what is the degree of polynomial? Maximum power. What is the power of variable in first term? It is 2. What is the power of variable in second term? It is 3. What is the power of variable in third term? Actually this is x raised to 0. So that means 0, 3 and 2. These are the powers of the different terms of the polynomial. So among these 3 is the maximum. So we'll say the degree of the polynomial is 3. Okay. Example, in px, I can write in px equal to this, degree of px is 3. Okay, let us see one more example. If I write instead of px, let me write qx. Qx is equal to x raised to 4 plus x raised to 3 minus x raised to 2 plus 5x. Okay, so here clearly you can see the maximum power of the variable is 4, so its degree is 4. Okay, let me take one more example. If I take q of y, so 2y cube minus 0y raised to 4 plus 5y raised to 2 plus 3. Now over here if you see the power of the variable, here it is 3, here it is 4, here it is 2, and here definitely I can write again 3y raised to 0, because anything raised to 0 is 1. Okay, so among these 4, 3, 4, 2 and 0, 4 is the maximum. So degree of the polynomial is 4, isn't it? No, here degree of polynomial is not 4. Why? Because this is 0y raised to 4. This term actually does not exist. 0 into anything becomes 0. So this term is not there. You can see this term, it is multiplied with 0. So actually this term does not exist. So these 3 terms only which exist in this polynomial. So and in these 3 terms, this 3 is the maximum. So here degree of the polynomial is, so you have to take care about this. Definitely you have to check the power of the power of the variable, but you have to also check whether its coefficient is non-zero number or not. If it is 0, then you have to you can say you can cancel that term, or you can ignore that term. So here if I ignore this, then the maximum power among 3, 2 and 0 is 3. So here degree of the polynomial is 3. Okay. here degree of qx, degree of qx is, degree of qx is 4. Over here degree of qy is 3. Okay, so please note it down. Then we will see some more questions related to this, that how to identify the degree of the polynomial, how to obtain the degree of the polynomial. Okay, so after this degree of polynomial, now next we'll come to the classification of the polynomial. How many types of polynomial are there, that we will see in this subtopic, that is classification of polynomials. Okay, so next is classification of polynomials. Classification of polynomials. Now polynomials can be classified in two categories. First on the basis of degree, and next on the basis of number of terms. So this is classification of polynomial. Now in this first one, based on degree, on the basis of degree, based on degree. Okay, just right now we saw degree. Degree is the maximum power of the variable in the polynomial. It's called the degree. Now in this very first one is the linear polynomial. We'll start with the linear polynomial. Now which polynomial is linear polynomial? We'll see linear polynomial. Okay, a polynomial with degree 1 or having degree 1 is called the linear polynomial. A polynomial having degree 1, having degree 1 is called linear polynomial, is called linear polynomial. A polynomial having degree 1 is called linear polynomial. Standard form or general form of a linear polynomial, is Px is equal to Ax plus B, where A should not be equal to 0. This is the standard form of the linear polynomial. Okay, it should contain two terms. First term, that contains variable and any constant term. It is not necessary that it has constant term, but definitely term containing x and its coefficient should not be equal to 0. Okay, example, now we'll also discuss why a should not be equal to 0. Example, px is equal to 2x minus 3. Okay, qy is equal to 3y plus pi. Okay, these two are the examples of the linear polynomial. We can write infinite examples of linear polynomial. So here, see, why a should not be equal to 0. A means coefficient of x. Okay, or in other words, leading coefficient. Okay, it should not be equal to 0. Why it should not be equal to 0? See, if I make a 0, that means instead of 2, if I put 0, then 0 into x will 0. Then it does not have any term containing the power 1 of variable, isn't it? Then it won't be a linear polynomial. Therefore, leading coefficient should not be equal to 0. So these two are the examples. If you want to write one more example, you can say py is equal to minus 3 upon 2y minus root 2. Okay, doesn't matter. The only thing is that the power of the variable must be 1. Then we'll say it's a linear polynomial. Okay, so note it down. Then we come to the second one. Okay, now next is quadratic polynomial. Next polynomial is quadratic polynomial. Okay, second one is quadratic polynomial. Okay, a polynomial having degree 2 is called quadratic polynomial. Is called quadratic polynomial. Standard form of a quadratic polynomial is standard form of a quadratic polynomial is px is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Again here a should not be equal to 0. Okay, a should not be equal to 0. See, again if I make a 0, this term won't be there. Okay, this term won't be there. That means it will start from bx plus c, and in that case maximum power of the variable will be 1. So in that case it will become a linear polynomial instead of quadratic polynomial. That's why a should not be equal to 0. Example, px is equal to 3x square minus 5x plus 4. This is one of the example. Then py is equal to y square minus 5. This is again a quadratic polynomial. It has only two terms. That is different thing. Otherwise it's a quadratic polynomial. The identification of that is maximum power of the variable is 2. Okay, now next is qy 3y square. This is again a quadratic polynomial. It has only one term, but the only thing is that maximum power of the variable is 2, so it's a quadratic polynomial. I can write one more example. Suppose if I write q of x, 8x square minus x. This is again a quadratic polynomial. The only thing that you have to check whether the power of the variable is 2 or not. If it is 2, maximum power of the variable is 2, it is a quadratic polynomial. In other words, degree is 2, it's a quadratic polynomial. So please note it down, then we'll see the next one. Okay. Now, next after this quadratic polynomial, next is cubic polynomial. Okay, so third one is cubic polynomial. Okay, so a polynomial having degree 3. A polynomial having degree 3 is called cubic polynomial. Is called cubic polynomial. A polynomial having degree 3 is called cubic polynomial. Okay, now we'll write its standard form. Standard form of a cubic polynomial. Standard form of a cubic polynomial is px is equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d. Again here a should not be equal to 0. That means leading coefficient should not be 0. Okay, now here let me explain one thing more to you. Suppose instead of this I do write in this way, bx cube plus ax square. Then here I do write b is not equal to 0. It's not about the variable that I will always write a is not equal to 0. It is about the leading coefficient should not be equal to 0. So you have to take care that what is the leading coefficient. Here I am writing in alphabetic order ax cube plus bx square. That's why I am writing every time a is not equal to 0. Okay. So again if I make a 0, this first term won't exist. It gets start from this, and in this the maximum power of the variable is 2. So it will become a quadratic polynomial instead of a cubic polynomial. So now let us see some examples. Px is equal to x cube plus x square plus x plus 1. Okay, so many examples are there that you can write. 2y cube minus 3y, this is also a cubic polynomial. The only thing that the leading coefficient should not be equal to 0, maximum power of the variable must be 3. That is the only condition. Qx is equal to if I do write only minus x cube, this is again a cubic polynomial. Okay, Qy is equal to, I can write 13y cube minus 13, this is again a cubic polynomial. So these are the examples of cubic polynomial. So please note it down, then we will see next. Okay, after this cubic polynomial, next we will see is biquadratic polynomial. Next is biquadratic polynomial, degree 4. Okay, biquadratic name itself says, see quadratic 2, so biquadratic 2 plus 2, that is 4. That's why it is called biquadratic polynomial. Fourth one is biquadratic polynomial. Okay, so a polynomial having degree 3, a polynomial not having degree 3, having degree 4, polynomial having degree 4, a polynomial having degree 4 is called biquadratic polynomial. Is called biquadratic. A polynomial having degree 4 is called biquadratic polynomial. Okay, now its standard form. Standard form of a biquadratic polynomial is px is equal to ax raised to 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. Again the same condition, that is a should not be equal to 0. Again I am talking about the leading coefficient. It should not be equal to 0. Again if I make it 0, this gets starts from bx cube, and in that case maximum power of the variable become 3 and this will become a cubic polynomial. Now example, px is equal to x raised to 4 plus 2x cube plus 3x square plus 4x plus 5. Qy is equal to minus y raised to 4 plus 3y. Okay. Qx is equal to x raised to 4, 4x raised to 4. These are the examples of biquadratic polynomial. Only thing that you have to check, that you have to take care that the maximum power of the variable must be 4. That is the biquadratic polynomial. Number of terms here, there are 5, there are 3, sorry, there are 2 and there is only 1 term. Okay, so please note it down, then we will see the next one. Okay, after this biquadratic polynomial, next we will see the constant polynomial. Next one is the constant polynomial. Okay, constant polynomial. Polynomial having degree 0. A polynomial having degree 0 is called constant polynomial. Is called constant polynomial. A polynomial having degree 0 is called constant polynomial. Okay, so standard form of a constant polynomial is px is equal to, standard form of a constant polynomial is px is equal to a. Here again a should not be equal to 0. Okay, now you will see, you can you may have doubt that where is the variable. So as I told you earlier, here a means a into x raised to 0. So simply constant polynomial a must be a real number. Okay, example, I can write px is equal to 7. I can write qy is equal to minus 19 by 2. I can write qx is equal to root 2 by 3. These are the examples of the constant polynomial, because here I can write px equal to 7, so that is 7 into x raised to 0. Here variable is y, so here I can multiply y raised to 0. So maximum power of the variable is 0, so it's a constant polynomial. Here again I can write root 2 by 3 into x raised to 0. So x raised to 0, so 0 is the maximum power, so it's a constant polynomial. So please note it down. Okay, after this, next one is zero polynomial. Okay, next one is, sixth one is zero polynomial. Okay, in a constant polynomial, in a constant polynomial, if constant becomes 0, if constant becomes 0, then it is called zero polynomial, and it is called zero polynomial. Okay, so px equal to 0 is a zero polynomial. So what will be the degree of zero polynomial? Okay, because we are here classifying the polynomials on the basis of degree. So what will be the degree of zero polynomial? See, how to identify the degree of polynomial? The maximum power of the variable. For example, if I write px equal to 0 into x raised to 1, then in this case I can say degree of this polynomial is 1, because here maximum power is 1. Okay, now if I write px is equal to 0 into x raised to 2, then in this case maximum power of variable is 2, so here I will say this is a quadratic polynomial, its degree is 2. If I write px is equal to 0 into x raised to 3 or x raised to 4, whatever, so I can represent this px is equal to 0 in different ways, and in each representation I am getting the different degree of the polynomial, which is not possible, because degree of polynomial must be same, must be constant, it should not change. Okay, so here we can conclude, see here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything I can write. So I can conclude that degree of zero polynomial is not defined, because it is not fixed, so it is not defined. So here you can take a note that degree of zero polynomial is not defined. Okay, it's very important. Generally you will get this type of MCQ or true false for 1 mark. So please note it down. Then we'll see the base classification of polynomial on the basis of number of terms. Okay, so that is all about classification on the basis of degree. Now suppose there are polynomials whose degree is more than 4, that is, suppose the polynomial has degree 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, then do they have some specific names? See, in general we'll say the polynomial of degree 5 or polynomial of degree 6 and so on, but still there are some polynomials up to degree 10, they have some specific names. So we'll see over here. Here I am writing the degree. Okay, you can say degree, and over here their names. If a polynomial have degree more than 4, if degree is 5, then it has name quintic. Okay, if degree is 6, it is known as hexic. If degree is 7, it is known as heptic. If degree is 8, it is known as octic. If degree is 9, it is known as nonic. If degree is 10, it is known as decic. Okay, so if a polynomial has degree more than 4, then these are their names. But suppose now there is a polynomial of degree 11 or 12, then what we do? So for that, take a note that a polynomial with higher degree is generally known as degree of 11, polynomial of 11 degree, polynomial of 12 degree, or simply we can say they are known as multinomials. Okay, so a polynomial having degree more than 10, a polynomial having degree more than 10 is known as polynomial of degree 11. Okay, polynomial of degree 12, and so on. Okay, so this is all about here. It finished the based on degree. So note down this, and then we will see the polynomial, so sorry, the classification of the polynomial based on number of terms. Okay, so now let us see based on number of terms, based on number of terms. Okay, this is the second type of classification. So it is very easy. First in this is monomial. A polynomial having exactly one term is called monomial. Okay, a polynomial having exactly one term is called monomial, is called monomial. Okay, for example, I can write px is equal to 3x. I can say it's a linear monomial. It's a linear polynomial as well as it's a monomial. I can write py is equal to 2y cube. It's a cubic monomial. Okay, if I write qx is equal to uh, minus x raised to 4. So it's a biquadratic monomial. Okay, then after this binomial. Binomial. A polynomial having exactly two terms is called binomial. Is called binomial. Okay, a polynomial having exactly two terms is called binomial. So here I can write px is equal to x cube minus 1. This is a cubic binomial. Okay, then if I write py is equal to py is equal to y square minus y. It's a biquadratic binomial. Okay, then if I write qy is equal to 2y minus 3, it's a linear binomial. Okay, so after that there is one more, that is trinomial, a polynomial having exactly three terms. But first of all, note it down. Okay, now next one is trinomial. Third one is trinomial. Okay, a polynomial having exactly three terms is called trinomial. Okay, example, px is equal to 2x square plus 3x plus 1. It's a quadratic trinomial. Okay, py is equal to y raised to 4 minus y raised to 3 plus y. It's a biquadratic trinomial. Then qx is equal to x cube plus x plus 1. It's a cubic trinomial. Okay, so these are the examples of trinomials. Okay, now suppose a polynomial has more than three terms, then what? So if a polynomial has more than three terms, we'll simply say it is multinomial. So a polynomial having more than three terms is called is called multinomial. Okay, so please note it down. Okay, so that is all about this lecture. Now we'll meet in next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you.